What's going on, guys? I wanted to welcome you to my blog. This is the first time, or not blog, vlog. This is the first time I'm actually doing this, but I figured I might as well do it because it's going to be an adventure, and I'd like you guys to join me on that adventure. Actually, if you want to, you can follow me on Instagram, which is prestige_msports. What we're going to be doing is, me and Jamie are going to be taking out a Porsche every week, and we're going to increase the horsepower every time we take one out. So I hope you guys join me on this adventure as we go week to week and just keep increasing the horsepower and turn things up and see what comes out of it. So last week, we drove a 2018 Porsche Carrera S. It was a 911 twin turbo. It weighed about 3,500 pounds and got 430 horsepower. This week, we decided to take out the 2017 Porsche Panamera, which is also turbo with a 4.0 V8 engine. Now this car has 4 doors on it and weighs about 4,300-ish pounds, but makes 550 horsepower. There's no reason that shouldn't excite anyone, especially since it's a commuter car. You want to talk about an exciting daily driver. Yeah. I gotta tell you, sitting in one of these things is kind of surreal when you think about it, but at the same time, it feels so nice. Because it's like, the seats are just like caressing me and holding me gently, and they're trying to tell me sweet things. And as I stare at the steering wheel, I'm halfway tempted to just start it up and go without them, but I'm not gonna do that. Not this time. Seriously, right away though, I mean, just looking at the dashboard, the purple lighting that they got going on, you know, on that dashboard, I love the way that it looks. It's mainly just the sun reflecting off of this little doohickey down here, but it still looks really sexy, and it reminds you that you have a turbo. Like, it's more than just having a boost gauge. Your car tells you on your dashboard, listen, you're in a Porsche and you're driving a turbo. Oh, and don't forget, it's a Panamera, so it's got 4 doors. And sirens going off. So I switched positions and actually moved to the back. It's hard to tell with the seats still continuing to look like the front beautiful ones here. And I just had a realization as I looked up because I was getting a little toasted. Yeah, sunroof in the back. Also, sunroof in the front. Back, front. There's windows all over this thing. Security risk wise, pretty you know, JFK, if you know what I mean. But other than that, it's nice. Beep beep. You know, put the window up, almost like you put the middle window up almost, but there's no middle window. It's just it's pure beauty and goodness. It also smells good. Suede headliner. Bose sound system. Look at that. I missed it. It's there. Bose. You're totally ready for this. Dude, do you remember what your screen name is so we can tell them?
No, cars are my middle name. Let me check my ID. Hold on.
He's got to check his ID.
Check my ID.
I know a lot of you guys are wondering.
Remember, it's jamie.car.bigs because cars are my middle name. And listen, life is too short to drive boring cars. So we're going to hop into Sapphire Blue Panamera Turbo. It's a twin turbo 4-liter V8 all-wheel drive with launch control.
Oh, I didn't realize I had launch control.
Oh. With launch control, and we're just going to continue the Sapphire Blue theme from last week. Yeah. You sure you're ready for this?
I think so. 550 horsepower, 4-door. That's kind of crazy. Let's do this. There's tons of buttons. Lots of pushing going on.
Kind of like a spaceship.
It is. That's what I said.
It's like a bird's eye view. It takes 4 different...
That's dope.
4 different cameras stitched together to create an overhead view. So we could take a look at that curb. I'm about to kiss it. So,
yeah. So now there's a reason he's the driver, and I just hold this thing so that when we do hit curbs, I don't get in trouble. He does.
Yeah, we don't have to. We don't have to enact the "you broke it, you bought it" policy.
Yeah, which everyone knows.
My mom used to tell me that all the time at the grocery store.
Yeah, I don't think you want to break a Porsche and have to buy it, especially if you can't afford it.
You break, you buy. The great thing with this car, it is a full-size luxury car. However, if you look closely, you got 4 sport seats. And with the turbo, we've got 550 horsepower on tap.
He said on tap, like a brew.
Right.
On tap.
Like a brew. And we don't advocate drinking and driving, but when you have 550 horse on tap, it'll give you a thrill you might not have to drink.
That's enough drugs for me.
What we'll do today, we'll probably take a quick cruise through White Clay Creek State Park.
It's a good idea. I know we were thinking about doing that last week, but this time we're a little bit better prepared. Less traffic.
The weather is great. The traffic's not terrible. Panamera Turbo, even though it's a 2017 model year, has only been on the ground here in the U.S. for a couple months, and we are very fortunate to, have an executive demo car here to ride and drive. Most of the turbos aren't in stock. You go to most of the dealerships in the U.S. and they don't have a turbo to drive. If you wanna buy one, you're limited only by your imagination. You can't touch it, you can't feel it, you can't smell it. You can't lick the door handle. Remember that commercial years ago? Lick your door handle. You can do that with this car. It's here and
if you want to. I don't think you should lick the door handle, just as the disclaimer. Probably not a good idea, but it's here though. They have it, and others don't. And if they do, they're not gonna let you touch it. Jamie doesn't mind. Not too much, at least. Yeah.
Frank, you're able to
completely.
Just like up front.
Look at
You
that.
got a touch screen in the back.
Look at that. Are you kidding me?
And the great thing with this car, Porsche made it about 200 pounds lighter. They added more power. The car gets better fuel, gets better fuel mileage. Change the transmission. You now have 8 forward gears as opposed to 7.
Ooh, extra torque. Makes me happy. The one that we drove last week, it weighed like 3,000 and
a little bit more, I think like 31 or 3,200 pounds.
Yeah. What about this one?
This car is a little bit heavier, and you'll feel it if you drive a 911 back-to-back with a Panamera, but if you hop right into a Panamera, this car is on par with all of its other German competitors, the big Benzes, the big Beamers, the big Audis, but it doesn't feel big. You could toss this car around like a sports car. You could toss it around like a 911, like an R8 or even some of the Italian sports cars, but still fit 4 people in the ultimate style and comfort.
Ferrari.
Right.
Up there with Ferrari. Okay. Ooh, I know you can kind of hear that. Oh, I know you felt that because I'm feeling it. Let's just get looks. Oh, yeah. Let's do this the right way. And for him, it's nothing. I mean, this is just an everyday drive. This is a daily driven vehicle for my friend over here. You can't beat that. Now you can drive it too, but you got to come out here. Now, I mean, you can't come down here and actually drive this one unless you're paying for it, but you can get a test drive in it probably, right?
I'll take it for a drive. I look for reasons to get behind the wheel of
He looks for reasons to get behind the wheel. You know what I mean? He sits around them all day, but most of the time he's got to be in the office because he's a manager. Give him a reason, give him a reason so that he can be happy in the middle of the day at some point in time. I know I'm happy. You happy?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's happy.
I woke up one morning and said, you know what? I need to work somewhere where I would spend my own money, and it left really just one option.
There you go.
Sport mode. The sport mode I like the most for daily driving. It's not too aggressive, but it sharpens the car up. So it's going to change the feel of the steering wheel. It's going to change your throttle response. It's going to change the shift points, shift at a higher RPM, shift a little bit more crisp. And it also opens a sport exhaust. You can hear it now. You get a little bit of that, that V8 rumble. And then from sport mode, you've got Sport Plus. All out, wide open throttle. Some of our customers have mentioned that Sport Plus is a little bit too aggressive for the street, and I don't disagree.
A little too aggressive. Somebody gets in a car and says, I got a car that gets a little too aggressive for me. That's pretty intense.
But what's great about Sport Plus is, if you want to have fun on the weekends, you can track the car, or you can track the car, a full-size 4-door sports car. Or if you want to have fun and, carve up some canyons and put it in Sport Plus. If you notice right now, it's holding the RPMs, and that's just, the car doing it. It's not going to shift until the rev limiter are close to it.
This is fun. It's like driving a spaceship. Technical difficulties do happen. I think we broke it.
Reduce engine power.
So it turns out we just ran out of gas. That happens. You're not a real car guy unless you run out of gas while you're driving it. Jamie's gonna go get gas real quick. I'm gonna stand here and make sure nobody hits the car. You know the great part about breaking down on like this perfect street? I mean, other than like the traffic racing at you at like 100 miles an hour, it's pretty dope because it's like the perfect photo opportunity. And I think some people think that I'm out here just shooting a video, which is totally cool too. But these things happen. You know, you test drive cars. You're just so ready to get out there, dude, and get behind the wheel. I know we're both like always anxious to go out, so you probably should start checking the fuel more often. But even still, I'm pretty excited. I'm saying that this is a success. Filling the tank.
Now, we've all seen the Snickers commercials. You're not you when you're hungry, right? Well, little Panamera isn't her when she's hungry.
Definitely not at all herself. But again, I have to stress, yeah, we ran out of gas, but we're next to a golf course and like it's serene and peaceful behind us.
Now the other thing too, I wanted to do this to demonstrate there's a reason that the fuel doors on these cars are where they're at. In the instance that we weren't on a back road like this, we're on 95, cars are flying by us at 50, 80, 100 mile an hour.
Told you.
I'm standing on away from traffic. I'm not standing in traffic to put gas in this car. With these cars, Porsche thought out many, many, many little details. The gas tank location is, you know, the gas filler location is one of them.
That's kind of crazy. Science that goes into car production. All right, so we've arrived at the gas station, here to put some petrol into the Porsche. We figured it'd be safe than sorry before we go ahead and conquer the trail.
Nice day out. I don't mind the exercise.
Get that good workout in, you know, get the blood pumping before you start cruising down back roads.
I'm gonna start doing curls with that, you know, with that gas.
The gas can. And before you do, what's up? Infinity, yeah! Before you take a four-door Panamera with 550 horsepower, 4-liter V8, you know, on windy roads, you just want to make sure she's good and full before she gets that run. And then, of course, you have your cardio up, you know, to really prepare yourself for taking the curves. You know, for me, I just got to sit in the passenger seat, so I'm okay. I don't burn as much energy. But he likes to get a sweat on. He looks good in the polo shirt. I'm more of a t-shirt, sweatpants kind of dude. That's why we work as a team, you know what I mean? Guys, that's a wrap for today, man. We had a pretty fun adventure today. We'll be back next week, probably be in something faster. Come back and join us.
Till next week.
We'll catch up with you guys.